You know, I've made a lot of different videos talking about certain Battle Pass skins and item shop skins and just a bunch of different skins in game, so why not design my own? In fact, I'm gonna take that one step further and just design my own Battle Pass. Now, if I am gonna be designing my own Battle Pass, I will have to come up with a theme for the season, and I think I have a really good idea for this theme. The theme would be all about cars. With the theme of this season, I could also see us getting some new upgrades to the vehicle system that we currently have. Perhaps we could have boxes around the map that could have a car turret or a car rocket launcher or some upgraded wheels or something like that. These boxes would be the only way that you could upgrade your car. Even though we currently have the cow catcher in the game as a throwable item, the boxes would be the only way to upgrade everything. Alright, so now that the theme of the season is set up, let's go ahead and get started with the first Battle Pass skin with this one. This skin I call the Mechanist. Her role in the group of individuals would be, obviously, the Mechanist, and she would build a bunch of cars using this new item that I'm going to call Nitro. I'll get onto that later in the video, but the first skin of this Battle Pass is the Mechanist. The next skin that I designed is actually a reskin of a skin we already have in-game, and that would be Rustlord turning into Rust. Now, considering Rustlord is kind of based off of Star-Lord from Marvel, and he's really into music, perhaps Rust would be into rock and roll type of music. So he's obviously going to have to be wearing some Metallica merchandise. Hence why he has a Metallica t-shirt on. The third skin that I created, I'm going to call Ringmaster Scar, and she would be the leader of this certain POI that I'll also get to later, but I just think it would be really cool if a skin in the Battle Pass was like the leader of like a Coliseum-esque POI. The story behind this skin is that she really just loves explosions, and that's kind of it. I know that's a little basic, but hey, what can you do? I'm creating all these skins, so whoop-de-doo. Next up is going to be the joke skin of the season with a skin I'm going to call Peabody. Now, I really like this idea. I think it's really cool to have a P-body, you know? It's just a pun as a character, and I think that's really funny because puns are awesome. So I just think this skin would be just really funny. I've got another reskin in this Battle Pass with the likes of Bright Raider. This time, I'm going to call her Bright Raider. And I know this idea is kind of far-fetched, I don't think this would ever happen, but I like the idea of old skins being themed around the new season as a reskin, so I really like this idea, but like I said, this one's probably not going to happen. Moving on to the collab skin for this Battle Pass, I think Magneto would be really cool for the car-themed season to be in the Battle Pass, but his basic design, his comic book design, I don't think it would fit the likes of the season, so perhaps we could get something like a Wastelander Magneto, or something along those lines. Something where Magneto would be designed around the theme of the season, and we could possibly get like a comic book outfit for a second style, but I just think Wastelander Magneto would be a great idea for this season. Alright, so we are now onto the Tier 100 skin for this Battle Pass, and I would like to introduce you all to Megalodon. He is obviously going to be the leader of the group, and I think it'd be awesome if he was powered up by the Nitro stuff that the Mechanist has. And I also really want him to drive like a really cool vehicle, like maybe like a really cool looking jet, like a shark jet, or maybe like a boat. Yeah, like a really shark looking like boat. That would be really cool. I also think it'd be really cool if a character that we currently know of turns into something else like later down the line, so perhaps this one could be revealed as Gunner from the IO, or maybe this is just some generic IO guy. It would just be really cool to have a current character turn into something else, a much more powerful character later on in the storyline. So the secret skin is up next, and I know it's going to be another collab skin, but having two collab skins in a Battle Pass is not unheard of, so for this skin, I'm going to go with Lewis from the hit TV show, Lewis. Now, I know probably a lot of you, if not everyone, has not really heard of this show, and I know that's surprising because the show has a 56 out of 10 on IMDb, so I'm kind of shocked that not a lot of people know about this, but wouldn't it be awesome to get Lewis from Lewis in Fortnite? I mean, that would be unheard of. He would be the first sitcom character to ever become a character in Fortnite, and he would come in the same season as Magneto. How awesome would that be? I know I didn't really talk about their back blings or pickaxes or gliders or wraps or really anything other than the skin, so let me know if you guys want me to cover those in a future video. I didn't really design any of them, I just kind of focused on the skins. But let's go ahead and move on to some POIs that I think would be really cool to see in game. So, like I mentioned before, Ringmaster Scar would obviously be in charge of a arena or a coliseum-like thing. Maybe this one could be like a car battle royale kind of theming to it. I just really want a coliseum-like POI. That'd be awesome. Going back to the very first skin in this battle pass, I think her POI could be some kind of factory where she would farm the nitro that I'm kind of hinting at, that I'm going to talk about here soon, that she would use for all of her vehicles. I know a factory setting isn't going to be the most well received POI, I guess. It's not going to be good, but it's not going to be bad. And that's all that I'm looking for. And then finally, with the tier 100 skin, Megalodon, I think it'd be awesome if his big vehicle was a POI. I originally wanted it to be a jet, but I'm thinking a boat would be really cool. His story could be like he comes out from the ocean and he lands on the island, and that is his entire POI. I mean, just thinking about it, that sounds so cool. Just a boat POI, that really cool looking boat. So those would be the three main POIs for this season. Going on to the items, I've already hinted at the Nitro, and this would be a effect kind of like the Chrome that we currently have, where this one would just give you a speed boost, and maybe if you run into someone, it like does some knockback damage to them. The Nitro effect would mostly be used for cars, and the cars would become, I don't want to say overpowered, but they kind of would be, just really fast, really strong, really durable, and it would heal the cars. You know, that actually sounds a little too overpowered. Maybe the Nitro shouldn't do that, but still, this is my idea, I'm coming up with it, I like this. Nitro makes cars way too overpowered. Oh my gosh, this is a bad idea. And then, the second item, the last item that I came up with, is going to be called the Tow Hook Cannon. This one would be, if you shot at a vehicle that was moving, it would kind of be like a grappling hook, where it would attach to the car, and you would move along with the car. Very similar to the Spider-Man web shooters when we had those a few seasons ago. Well, that is the season and the battle pass that I came up with. Let me know if you guys like this idea. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to use code DeltaTheWildCard in the Fortnite item shop to get 0% off your next bundle. I'll see you on the next one. God bless and goodbye for now. Oh, and one more thing. Happy April Fools.